Hello and welcome. This training is all about how to manage the festive season because I know right now it can be really, really daunting. If you are someone that has struggled with your relationship with food for a long time, maybe you've recently worked on it a lot, but as we come into the festive season, it can feel a lot more testing, it can feel a lot harder, we can have a lot more worries. There is no way to lie about it. The festive season is very food focused. We obviously have Christmas dinner, we have all the Christmas nibbles and the fun bits of food out that we wouldn't normally have. We have more social plans, we have Christmas dues, and if you've just spent a lot of time working your relationship with food, or your relationship with food right now is feeling a little bit sticky, then this time can be really, really anxiety provoking. So, welcome. This call is designed to help you feel more at ease. If food is feeling really heavy right now, if you are feeling more nervous the closer and closer we get to Christmas, it is designed to help you feel back in control and allow you to really be able to enjoy the festive season without this worry of guilt, messing up, or ruining all your progress. Because I can promise you right now, this was me. I have had festive seasons where I have restricted myself so much that I was miserable and I didn't enjoy myself. And I've had festive seasons where I just felt so out of control and I made myself feel sick from how much I ate. And it really, again, tainted the festive season. So I know exactly what it is like to feel nervous coming into Christmas and to feel a little bit worried about how to navigate all of these situations. So, what I really, really want you to get out of this is a sense of calmness, a sense of ease, and a sense of trust in yourself that you can manage this festive season and that you can also enjoy this festive season. It doesn't need to be working on a relationship with food, doesn't necessarily need to mean that you never have a mince pie or a chocolate or enjoy your Christmas dinner. Of course, it doesn't. There is space for both of these things to coexist, but we want you to be able to feel calm, present, and be able to enjoy December and everything that we have coming up. So please grab a pen and a notebook or the note section of your phone if you can, and spend some time reflecting on what we're going to go through today. Take some notes, and I want you to really know working on your relationship with food is a journey. I wish there was a switch. I wish I could give you one answer and everything would be fine and you would never have any issues around your relationship with food again. The reality is that is not the case. And I'm really, really sorry to say that. But working your relationship with food takes building awareness, understanding your struggles, understanding your triggers, understanding what food is bringing to you, and it takes practice and it takes coming back into alignment and being able to listen to your body again. So you're not always going to get it perfect. It is going to be a little bit of a journey that isn't always going to be linear, and that is okay. Okay. We will obviously run through that a little bit today. So make sure you've got your pen and notebook. Pause me throughout when you need to spend a little bit more time to write down your thoughts, and to clear your mind. But I want you to know that it's completely normal and okay to find this time a little bit harder around food. It is a completely different food situation to anything else. We are never so much encouraged to be so food focused as the festive season. Most people do find themselves overeating slightly over Christmas. Society can really put that pressure on us that we need to be perfect at all the times, or you need to calorie count your roast dinner, or you need to cut this out in preparation. And actually, what we really, really need to do is we need to find something that works for you and find something that leaves you feeling in control instead of having a certain expectation around how you should be handling this festive season, okay? So instead of about trying to control food, we want to be able to focus on your mindset and your approach, which is what we will be focusing on today. So, the first piece of work that is always really, really important to do around your relationship with food is build up that awareness as to why you are struggling, because everyone's situation around their relationship with food is going to be slightly different. For some people, food will be a source of joy. For other people, they will find themselves turning to it when they're bored. So we want to understand your own individual patterns and what your behaviors are around food, because then this almost allows you to create like a little bit of a risk assessment and start to put in place the appropriate support. So, what I want you to do now is I want you to spend some time really focusing on what are your current behaviors around food as we get into the festive season. So, for example, are you finding yourself over restricting in the day to try and save calories? A lot of the time, when this happens, when we're having lower calories in the day so that we can have more in the evening, we are much more likely to lose control in that later part of the day because we get too hungry earlier on. Do you find yourself feeling like you have to finish your plate even if you are full? And this is often a childhood thing where we've been taught that, dinner is what's on the table and you can't leave until you've had it all. But this forces a disconnection between our mind and our body, and it puts us in a position where we're not able to trust ourselves and our own hunger signals. And your body is so, so good at telling you what you need. However, we are not always very, very good at listening to it. Do you find that you're feeling really, really guilty after you have drinks or a dessert, and this is causing you to spiral or go off course? Having this awareness of understanding what your behaviors are around food then helps you challenge it. So I want you to ask yourself, what are those typical patterns and beliefs and behaviors that you find yourself falling into every December? So pause me and spend some time reflecting on that. And I want you to ask yourself, what's the reason behind these behaviors? So, for example, are we trying to compensate and save calories? Are we feeling overwhelmed around food? Are we feeling guilty around food? And what is it that you need to believe instead? Because the mindset shifts that we have around food are the most important thing. So much of our relationship with food is not about what we are eating, it is about our relationship and how we see food and how we trust and listen to our body. A lot of the time, as women, we have done different diets and had comments made about food or our body from as young as we can remember. Most of the women I talk to have started dieting from the age of 13, which is absolutely insane. And what these different diets do is they often break the trust with our body, which means that we're no longer very good at listening to our body and what it needs. So, a big part of going into this December is about tuning back in to your own hunger, fullness, and satisfaction cues. And this might be a little bit of a learning curve to do. You might not always get it perfect, but allowing yourself to check before you have a meal, how hungry are you right now? If you were to think about it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely ravenous, could eat everything and anything, 1 being not hungry at all, 7 being like you're satiated, where would you sit on this scale? Allow yourself to tune in before you even get to the point of having your meal so that you know what you need. Focus on not letting yourself get to 1 where you are ravenous. Focus on seeing if you can eat at that point you start to get slightly hungry. Because again, when we let ourselves get too hungry, we are much more likely to shoot from one end of the scale to the other. Allow yourself to really take your time and slow down with your meals. Enjoy the meal. Focus on the flavors, focus on the textures. Pay attention to what you're eating. Don't scroll away on your phone. Don't sit in front of the TV. Actually enjoy your food. Make it an experience. And I promise you, you will feel so much more satiated as a result of taking your time with your food and enjoying it in comparison to eating, watching the TV, and being distracted. And allow yourself to include foods that you actually enjoy. The more times you tell yourself you cannot have a mince pie or you cannot have a celebration, the more you are going to want the mince pie and celebration, and then you are much more likely to go from having 1 celebration to having half the tub of celebrations. Include the foods that you like in, and what you can do is plan the things that you're looking forward to and plan the little treats with a good meal, because the thing about a chocolate like a celebration is realistically we know it's not going to keep us full, so it's so easy to keep going back without realizing. But try and see how you feel if you plan that celebration in after you've had a really good dinner and how that makes you feel. Focus on planning meals around what helps you respect your body and looks after your body. Not just about what you should be doing, not just about having low calories, not just about this is the healthy option. Focus on what makes your body feel good. What do you enjoy? What helps you feel fueled? Because if you're not enjoying your food, then we can guarantee food focus is going to be 10 times higher. We are going to feel much more restricted and we're going to feel much less bothered about things. So this is not about restricting yourself more, but about building trust with yourself again. And this is going to take a little bit of practice and experience, but the more you do it, the more second nature it is going to become. And you'll notice how good your body is at telling you when it's hungry, when it's full, and you'll feel so much more in control as a result. Now, focusing on the practical steps that we can start to take coming into December. One, like pre-plan your treats. Let yourself include the treats in. That way, you're not going to be constantly feeling like you are missing out because you know you've got things to look forward to. You've got that mince pie, you've got a hot chocolate, you've got things that you enjoy and you look forward to, and notice how you feel having those foods. Like I've already touched on, pair the treats with foods that are going to be high in protein, high in fiber, and plenty of water, because this is going to help you feel more satiated instead of feeling like you just want to keep going and having them for almost the sake of it a little bit, and having them quite mindless. Take your time with your meals, enjoy your meals, and really think about what is it that food is giving to us. A lot of the time when we are turning to food, it's because we are stressed, because we are overwhelmed, because we are bored. So I want you to see if you can identify what is it that food gives you. If it's in the evening, you feel like you're losing control, is it because you finally slowed down for the day and you're feeling really overwhelmed? And food can be a little bit numbing, because if we can identify what emotion and need food is meeting, then we can start to ask ourselves, what else can I do to meet this need? What else do I need right now to support myself? And plan in those lists of self-cares of relaxing moments to have as a way to recharge you. And remember, you don't have to feel guilty for having these foods. You're allowed to enjoy them. You're not inherently unhealthy because you've had a few chocolates. So I want you to focus right now in your notebook. What is one food that you really, really enjoy over the festive season? And what is one way you can enjoy this food guilt-free and feeling really, really present? Okay? Now, I want you to remember you are not supposed to be perfect all of the time. It is You're going to have moments where you have a meal out, you overindulge a little bit. That's also a normal human experience to feel full after a Christmas dinner. You're not going to be perfect all of the time, and that is okay. But when you have those moments where that guilt is creeping in, or maybe you did lose control, or you didn't manage something as well as you wanted to, firstly, show yourself compassion. Beating yourself up, giving yourself a hard time, what this does is it keeps you in that cycle. It leaves you feeling frustrated and it doesn't allow you to move forward. So, compassion and forgiveness is very, very important. And then get curious. What can you learn for next time? What is it that you struggled with? What can we apply moving forward? Because it is the mistakes and the hard moments that are actually going to help you learn a lot more about yourself so that you can break the cycle and not continue to fall into it. So, know that when things get a little bit harder, when you're struggling a little bit more, this is a moment to lean into and get really curious with, so you can think about what you can apply to the next social occasion and the next meal out and the next evening, for example. You're not going to get it right all of the time, and that is okay. Show yourself compassion there. We want to be able to change how we enjoy the festive season. The festive season is so, so special. It is a time we slow down, where everybody slows down all together. It is a time we get to spend with family and friends like we don't get any other time of the year. The festive season is so, so special that we want to be able to enjoy it with a sense of calmness and confidence, and to really, really, really focus on the memories that you're getting. Focus on the things that are important to you around Christmas. How can you really tune in to the things that make Christmas so much more special to you? What is going to make this December the December that you want it to? What memories do you want to end the year with? Tune into that and just notice how nice it makes the festive season when you've got all of these moments that don't have to focus around food to look forward to. So I hope you found this so, so helpful. I'm always here to talk if you are feeling nervous about managing the festive season and managing your relationship with food. If you need a little bit more support, you can book in a one-to-one clarity call with me, which will be a full 60 minutes where we take a deep dive into your relationship with food, into the beliefs that have been holding you back, and we help you gain confidence and clarity so that you can end the year feeling really, really proud of yourself. Just DM me the word clarity if you want to book in a clarity call. But my DMs are always open if you need to talk about this more. I know how heavy it can feel, okay? Have a gorgeous festive season. Enjoy every single moment of it. Enjoy the mince pies. Enjoy the chocolate, knowing that you can have that and also respect your body and your mind.